let me make another point. And I ain't mad. I'm just challenging women at this point because it's a problem. And I get a lot of backlash from women, from black women, when I correct my grandson or when I discipline my grandson. Now, what I'm seeing on the timeline is black women questioning me and my mentorship to a younger man. And it's crazy because y'all say it ain't no good men out here, and men lazy, men don't want to work, men ain't shit. And when you see a man trying to mentor, put somebody in a better position to be a man, to be a real man, or trying to create a king, you make excuses for him. You more concerned, it's sad that you more concerned about his rights or whatever than you are. You can't go to the military. If you had dreadlocks and you wanted to go to the Marines, the first thing they do when you get to the Marines, they cut all that shit off. So how many people, and I don't know too many people, unless they got post-traumatic stress disorder or something, that ain't successful coming out of the military. Because one thing about the military, two things you're gonna get in the military is discipline and structure, right? And I'm not against dreads because I had them. I wore them because I could wear them. But when you're trying to get your foot in the door and somebody trying to help you and put you in a position to win, once you get your foot in the door, then you can rock your hair or rock your shoes or rock your sock. But it wasn't a corporate job or whatever. It was my requirement because I'm invested in it. I'm invested. That was my requirement. I asked him to cut his locks for several reasons or whatever, because he represented me. He on my name, and I wanted him to be neat and clean. And I'm not against it. And I don't change the narrative and make it seem like we against dreads or sagging pants or whatever. But you know, he asked for help and needed an opportunity, and he just wasn't going to represent me looking like Kodak Black. Now, if you want to help him, you can. You can help him, you can give him a job or whatever. But if I put you on to the shit that I'm putting you on to, this wasn't no job at Burger King. And God bless anybody that worked at this I'm really putting you on. So if I put you on, then you got to represent me when you put your foot in the door, because you only get one time to make a first impression. You only get one time to make a first impression. So everybody on here that's talking their shit or whatever, if somebody came to your job and they wasn't neat or whatever, would you hire them? If you was an employer and they didn't have an edge up and they stuff went cleaned up and mustache went trimmed, beard went trimmed, pants went up, and they had their pants out, pants sagging, looking whatever, because that's them, this me, this what I'm doing, this what I'm rocking, this how I feel, that's just me. Would you give them a job? So I'm not gonna ask my friend whatever, because somebody else might need that opportunity. So if you don't want to get your shit together or whatever, your appearance together, then you can't represent me. Then you just keep on doing what you're doing. Period. Point blank. And yes, we're talking about a man, right? So women, stop making excuses for young men when they're when somebody's trying to train them and put them in a position to win. My granddaddy told my grandmama a long time ago, if you can't take what's happening to him at football practice, then you don't need to go. If you're going to get mad and go on the field, every time the coach grab his face mask and get in his face and make him run laps and make him do duck walks, or put him in the Oklahoma drill, or put him in that little drill in that damn circle where they're calling the number and blow the whistle and everybody running in that circle and they coming out there just taking the hit. And so, cause see what it did for me. I'm glad my granddaddy did it because it made me tough. I'm glad my granddaddy cursed at me and talked heavy to me like I talked to Grayson, because it made him tough. my son that play basketball for Alabama. I raised 3 college athletes in my house. That's successful. You know, one of them still in college, but you can holler at my youngest son and cuss him out and say whatever he gonna say. He just gonna take that shit because he don't care about you cursing and yelling at him. He's listening to the direction of what you're saying. I know Coach Mo be in their face and be cussing them out and be talking crazy shit to them because they college athletes and getting in his face. I'm not gonna go down there and be all in the coach because the coach talking crazy to my son. He's a college athlete. Black women, stay out of it. When a king is trying to create another king, stay out of it. If you can't take it, then walk away. But you say men ain't shit. But when you see a man trying to create another king, you get kind of bothered by it. Well, maybe he just wants to be him. Well, maybe he just wants to express himself. Well, maybe he just, man ain't shit. Look at these men. Look at how he just won't pay for that. Yeah, that's why. That's why. Right there. That's what you're getting. That's a result. It takes a whole community of people to raise a kid. To raise a kid. So, I don't mean this in bad spirit or whatever, but let a man be a man. And this video might sound chauvinistic as fuck or whatever, but it just is what it is. I cuss women out all the time. Don't tell me how to raise my goddamn grandson. You can offer advice. You can come on the inbox and offer advice and say, hey, Ricky, now this video, this made me uncomfortable. Here's why, or whatever. On the inbox, you can pull me to the side and make a suggestion, but no one, and if it is chauvinistic, it just is. No woman tell me what to do, ever. I got a 72-year-old mama that I love to death, but one thing about my mama, she damn sure respect me, and I respect her, and I don't tell her what to do, but she don't tell me what to do. She said, hey, now, my mama always started out with, hey, do what you want to do. It's your life, but here's what I have to say about this, and do what you want to do. Because ain't nothing wrong with old school or whatever. Ain't nothing wrong with old school, and that's what it is. So, correction is real. Correction is okay. Especially when you're trying to create kings, you just can't let people do the. If I would have invested and sent that man on down there to their job interview, or whatever, I'm like, shit, that would have been a waste of time because I already know what they're looking for. So let me just cut that off and then go find somebody else who's serious about it. Like real talk. So I ain't upset about that shit. Do you? The hell, don't ask me for no help. If you want help, I'm gonna give it all the way to you. I ain't gonna give it halfway to you. I'm gonna give it all the way to you. But it's some stuff that comes with help. People just can't help you the way that you want them to help them. I mean, if you really want help or whatever, and you want opportunities or whatever, I'll give you another example. My daughter. So my daughter is my youngest daughter, Erin, who got shot or whatever. So she was like, hey, I got this internship. I'm gonna be working at a radio station, where I am. I said, okay, well, how much should they pay me? I said, what do you mean, how much should they pay? They shouldn't pay you anything. I said, what do you know about radio? I said, are you a radio personality? Are you the reason people are listening to that station? Have you sold any advertisement? Have you bought any money to the company? What do you mean? Well, okay, yeah. You shouldn't get paid right now because you don't know anything. You have to work for it. And then if you work for it and grind for it, you would appreciate it more, and things just not going to be given to you. And it was tough. And it was tough the way I said it. But guess what? She didn't get enough feelings about it. And her mother didn't call me about it, complaining about it. You know, when a mother texts me, and I told the mother the same thing, she shouldn't get paid for it. Because if she was interning on my morning show, I wouldn't pay her either. And she's my daughter, and I wouldn't give her a dime. She don't have any experience. You're doing good to get your foot in the door. You got to work your way to the top. You know, I done did comedy or whatever now, you know, Foot Locker or something like that. You know, that's a different thing where they have to pay you because legally they have to pay you. Everybody know that. But when you're trying to get your foot in the door to a job that can potentially pay you millions of dollars or whatever, that's just a whole different thing. You know, so I'm just sharing this stuff with y'all, man. You know, I don't know. Again, and most of my videos end with this. I just thank God for my grandfather. I thank God for some tough ass uncles on my daddy's side of the family. I thank God for my granddaddy. I thank God for my Uncle Bruce. I thank God for my Uncle Thomas. They was tough as fucking nails and got in your face, cussed you out, and told you what to do and how to be, and you shut the hell up and did it. And they did not allow no women in the family to tell them how to raise a king. And that's why you got one right here. And that's why I'm about to go in this improv tonight with every last one of these damn shows sold out for the weekend. Radio job, educated, frat, and then raise my kids and then raise other folks' kids in a successful, humble, God-fearing black man. No interference from women. I got nurturing, but they didn't question the men. I got the nurturing that I needed from the women, from my grandmother and my mother and my aunts. But when the king spoke, they walked out the room and it was silence. You know, so, you know what I'm saying? So somebody said, I really think that internships should receive some type of stipend. They still need to survive when their parents can. I mean, every situation is different. I'm just saying, you know, my daughter good. She don't need to she don't have no experience, and it's not going out of her way to do it. If you want to get in certain jobs or whatever, and you're doing an internship, I think that in some situations or whatever, I think dudes should be paid to make you appreciate the job more. The problem with some of this stuff is that people are coming in with a sense of entitlement, and that's why you're not getting the best workers that you're getting because people are coming in with the sense of entitlement. Period. So, you know, maybe something at the end of the internship, here's a check and we really appreciate you. That's something, okay, yeah, I'm cool with that, but no, you know. So, no, y'all, this wasn't an office job. It's hard labor, Tyrus. It wouldn't be for you. No, keep doing what you're doing. You're gonna, the stuff that you're doing, bruh, you're gonna be making a multi-millionaire. Keep doing what you're doing. Y'all funny. All right, y'all. Love y'all. Somebody said, I appreciate your teaching. I was raised where the men don't play, and all of the males in the family turned out great. Well, yeah. You know, that make a whole lot of sense. But what you have now, it ain't a whole lot of men, you know, in families anymore. So you're dealing with hyper masculinity from women telling the few men that's around what to do and questioning their authority. And it's a big problem. And it don't fly with me. So I ain't mad about it. I just shut the shit down and keep it moving. All right, y'all. Y'all, love you too. What up, Mark Mac? Y'all have a good day. As you can see, we in Houston. With all this common sense, and then I'm still funny. When I tell you I'm finna make these niggas laugh like hell, it's finna be crazy. All right, y'all.